What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel, or to the channel if it's your first time. Earlier today I released a clip where I compared the Warlord farm versus Typhon and Horus, and basically seeing, you know, what kind of drops you can expect when it comes to epics and rares. It's part of a series that I've been creating, trying to show the most efficient areas in the game to farm depending on what you're exactly looking for. So not just focusing on, you know, legendaries per hour or something like that, but rather looking at other things as well, like materials, titanium, shards, you know, whatever. So this is actually just a small short add-on clip to the Warlord discussion, and I just wanted to sort of unpack something that I was talking about when I said that there are some activities that can be repeatedly done, aka farmed, but that do actually guarantee you a legendary and doesn't necessarily leave it up to, you know, chance. And one of the ones that I'll discuss in this video here is repeating the hunt quest line. So if you go to Noah in Trenchtown, and you'll do this during the normal playthrough of the game, he'll give you a quest which essentially gives you 10 hunts across the map that you have to do. And for instance, these hunts are of course Horus and Typhon are part of them. Now upon completion of all 10 hunts, or the 10th one if you've been handing them in, you know, separately, Noah will give you a legendary, and you are able to repeat this over and over, despite the fact that there was a patch that addressed a specific bug that players playing in co-op were able to manipulate, where they were able to get Noah to drop a legendary for each monster kill instead of just at the end for all 10. So that was fixed. That you can't do anymore. However, Noah still does give you this one legendary after completing 10 runs, and you can do this as many times as you want. Now, fitting into the way that we've been, you know, tracking Typhon and Horus and Warlord, I wanted to put it into the same perspective to see how efficient it would be to run that. And so to do that, I tested it 4 times in a row. So I did 4 times the 10 hunts. And what I then realized is that I could get it down to about just over 31 minutes to do all 10, you know, hunts. And so therefore I condensed the numbers into the same kind of, you know, idea of what I've been discussing, which is this, you know, graph that we'll look at a little bit later, which is the MTL rate, or basically the efficiency of materials, titanium and legendaries per hour, which I detailed in the Warlord video. But first of all, let's look at the stats. So in doing 20 hunts essentially, so the first 1 to 10 and then the second, you know, 1 to 10, I was able to get 32 epics to drop in the first round, 39 in the second round, 41 rares in the first one, 44 rares in the second one, and then 2 legendaries, of which one of them is guaranteed. So this one you get from Noah no matter what. There's no luck to it, anything like that. That shit is in the bank the minute you hand in the 10th one. But while doing the 10 runs, I was able to get another legendary to drop from one of the hunts, which is great. The second one, I only got the guaranteed legendary from Noah. But all in all then, that allowed me to get 3 legendaries from essentially 63 minutes, you know, of farming or effort. I was able to get 1,273 titanium. I was able to get 21,000 leather and 2,792, you know, iron. And also, since the amount of items are not that much, I was able to get shards, but definitely not a large amount, and definitely not comparable to something like what you see with Horus and what you see with Typhon. Now, if we drag that over then into, as I alluded earlier, the MTL rate, or this, you know, sort of idea that I've come up with, that you can measure the efficiency of a specific farm by how much you get of these 3 categories in an hour, you'll see that the hunts, basically, it fits in, I would say, in a better position than Warlord, at least when we look at this data here, because although Warlord gives you a higher amount of materials, but then also the fact that I've noted down 3 legendaries there, but knowing the fact that for every hour that you do this, and if you're able to squeeze 2 of these full hunt rotations into an hour, you're getting 2 legendaries guaranteed, and that's it. So something to consider. If you didn't know about this yet, definitely check it out. It is a really cool way to sort of start unlocking some tier 3 mods. If you don't have a lot of them, if you don't have any legendaries, this is a great way to start seeing some legendaries drop for your character, or at very least given to your character by Noah. And I would also say that if the farming and dying to stuff the entire time is not really your jam, and that's starting to get a little bit irritating, this is of course more actual gameplay. So you are actually going in and you're completing each one of these hunts. So you're killing all of the mobs, you're killing the boss, everything like that, and you're finishing these hunts. That also then means that this is an extremely efficient way to grind out world tier if you aren't world tier 15 yet. So if you're looking to do something that nets you materials, that gets you legendaries per hour, that gets you all these other things like titanium and all of that, while effectively climbing world tier, especially the last 4 out of these 10 hunts, because of the mobs that spawn alongside those and the amount of XP that they give you for world tier, I can highly recommend this if you've just gotten to level 30 and you're trying to get to world tier 15 as well before you start cracking expeditions or trying out challenge tiers. So that's it for this clip. It's just a quick short one. I hope you guys find this useful. This is meant to be consumed along the other 3 that I've released on this topic. And as I said, this can eventually be seen as part of a series where we're building, this sort of metric that we can see in the end, what is the most efficient area to farm depending on what you're looking for. Please go ahead and comment and like down below. Let me know if you've been trying this, if you've been doing this, and also if you have any other methods that you'd like me to try or any other thing that you'd like to add to the discussion. Other than that, I'm done, and I just want to say thanks again for all the support. Please subscribe if you enjoy content like this and you'd like to see more stuff like this coming to the channel. I've got a big one in the works which should drop by tomorrow or the day after tomorrow latest, and this is going to finally start bringing in some analysis of doing expeditions alongside these views that we see so far. So definitely stay tuned for that. But have a great morning, have a great afternoon, have a great evening wherever you are, and until next video, fucking cheers.